take a stab at doing a little bit of a motovlog. I'm thinking I might do like a little 5-part series. I got a couple of stories to tell, and I'm gonna attempt to tell one of them right now. We'll see how it goes. So, I'm like 19 years old. I'm working all these crappy jobs. I'm changing oil, and I'm getting fired from AutoZone, and it's just, you know, life ain't so great. So I'm gonna better myself. I go to technical college, and then I'm gonna learn computers, you know. So I go to technical college for a couple years. I get an A+, and I get me a job in downtown New Orleans. I'm from New Orleans, right? And at the time I was living on the North Shore, so it was kind of a big deal to be going back to New Orleans and getting a job there and all. And, you know, here I am downtown, got my tie, you know, I'm paying 90 bucks a month for a parking spot, you know, and this is in probably 2000, 2001, you know. And basically they just got me swapping out computers. I'm going to banks. I take the computer that's broken and I put a good one there, and I take the broken one back and fix it and give it to somebody else when theirs breaks, right? So I'm headed out to Mississippi. You know, we had accounts with these banks, and, you know, all kinds of people, you know, banks is just one of them. We had, so we're in, they sent me out to Mississippi, and to get to Mississippi from New Orleans, you have to you have to go through New Orleans East and then cross a big long bridge, the 12-mile bridge. There's a 24-mile bridge called the Causeway. That's the long one. It crosses in Metairie. The 12-mile crosses in New Orleans East, and it ends in Slidell. And then, you know, you cut over to Mississippi right there, right? Like Bay St. Louis and Gulfport and all that. So I'm out there, and basically that's where Six Flags is. Well, was, right? Six Flags is gone now, I guess, after, you know, since Katrina. You go look at footage of people, you know, going out there post Katrina and urban exploring on YouTube. It's pretty cool, you know, see what it became. So I'm out there, I'm in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing out there. There's like 2 exits right before the bridge, but before that there's nothing, you know. And I'm in this 93 Civic. I had a 93 Civic EX red, right? I loved that car at the time. I loved it. 212s, and it was bumping. It was awesome, right? Well, all of a sudden my tire just goes flat, you know. What I'm thinking was I had a plug that blew out, right? Because I mean, all of a sudden the tire's flat, but there's no damage on it, you know. So pull over on the side of the road, and I'm gonna put a spare on, right, and just keep cruising. No big deal. What's up, boys? No big deal, right? So put the spare on, start lowering the thing down. It's got no air in it, none, right? The rim is barely off the ground, you know. But so I can limp it, you know, and that's the plan, right? I'm gonna limp it home, you know. Or at least limp it to the exit, put some air in this thing, and then go do my shit, come home, deal with the tire, right? I'm going, I'm on the shoulder, I'm doing like 5 miles an hour, I'm just idling, right? Whatever, dude, I'm at work, I don't care, I get paid by the hour. This car pulls up, young, it's like a white Mercedes, probably late 90s, early 2000s, because that's the time it was. So it was a fairly new car. It's a little SEL with the top down, you know. And driving it is this big, like, football guy. He's like a big center. Like, he's like that big guy from high school, you know, that big motherfucker that was just like a real nice guy, because he was so big, nobody ever messed with him, and so he just never had a reason to be an asshole, you know. So you got that guy pulling up on side of me, and he's like, hey bro, dude, you're not gonna make it, dude. I'll tell you what, man, why don't you let me take you to get some air, put in that spare, and I'll bring you back. And I was like, ah, cool, man, I've done that before. I picked people up and helped them out and done shit, changed the lady's tire too, you know, whatever, no big deal, right? So I just figured, here's the universe paying me back, you know. So I get in the car with him, and I take the tire off, I'll jack the car up, leave it on a jack, and I take the tire and I put it in the trunk, and you know, I always had tools in my car, because usually my cars were garbage. So I had tools in my car. I grabbed the screwdriver, because I don't know this guy, right? And I do realize that there is a chance that something could be, you know, messed. So I grabbed this little screwdriver and stick it in my pocket just in case, right? So we're riding along, and oh, he puts the top up because it's taking up like all the room in the back, you know. So now we got the top up, we're riding in the car, and he's like, hey man, you do coke? You know, you do blow? Do you do X? You know, and I'm like, nah, you smoke weed? I'm like, nah, dude, I used to get, you know, do smoking dope when I was a kid or party or whatever back when I was a teenager, but nah, I don't do that no more. I'm thinking the guy's a cop, you know, maybe he's trying to get his next bust or something, you know. And he's like, no, that's cool, man. He's like, hey, listen, I was back at the gas station back there fueling up, and this girl came up to me and she said to me, if your dick is this big and this big around, I'll suck it, you know. That's what he's stuck on, right? This big and this big around, right? And he's like, she said she'll suck his dick if it's that big. And I was like, oh, okay, what the fuck, you know? All right, dude, well, I don't know, did you do it? You know? And he's like, nah, man, I ain't really got time to be fucking around with some chick. You know, I'm on a schedule, right? He's on a schedule. And I'm like, well, if you're on a schedule, how the fuck you got time to waste like an hour picking me up and taking me somewhere and back and all this bullshit, you know? So instantly I'm like, and I'm already like, what is this weird ass conversation from this fucking guy, you know? So he's like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, yeah, wow. And he's like, let me ask you something. You meet those specifications? And I was like, no, bro. I was like, I got a girlfriend. I wouldn't be fucking with no chick at a gas station that I just met 10 seconds ago and blah, blah, you know? And he's like, that ain't what I'm asking you. And I go, I know what the fuck you asking me. And I pull that fucking screwdriver out and I'm like, dude, pull this fucking car over right now. And he goes, nah, bro. And I don't feel safe leaving you on side the highway like this. And I was like, I don't feel safe in this motherfucking car. Now pull this motherfucker over. And he started fucking, he's like, chill, bro. He's like just trying to calm me down, cause dude, I'm freaking out. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. And I go, look, bro, I will take this fucking screwdriver and I will stick it in your motherfucking neck. You know, pull this fucking car over. Dude, I just started screaming at him. And he's like, look, dude, I'm gonna take you to the next exit. Please just chill, all right? And I was like, all right, cool. And he goes, let me ask you something though. What if somebody offered you $5,000? And I took his fucking thing and I put it right up on him. I was like, dude, I'll fucking kill you. You understand me? And he's like, all right, bro, chill, dude. All right. And we, right about the end is when we hit the exit, you know? So we pull up on the exit and I get out the fucking car and we'll fucking kill this fucking guy. But I pop the trunk, goddammit. And he pops the trunk and I get the tire, and I fill it up with air, and he fucking, I look behind me and he's still there. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? He's like, do you want to ride back? I was like, fuck no, I don't want to fucking ride back, man. Fuck, dude, fucking weirdo. I mean, look, I don't care if a guy's gay, right? But that guy right there, he was a sexual predator. And like for that minute, like when we were in that car and he pulled that shit, I felt like I know what it's like to be a girl when a guy is about to try to pull that shit and rape you, right? Like it's terrifying, you know? You don't know what this motherfucker's about to do. That was a big ass dude, you know? And I didn't want to have to stab him in his fucking neck at 80 miles an hour, but I swear to God I would have, because I'm not gonna be the one getting fucked and raped and fucking buried in the fucking woods. He's coming fucking with me, straight up, dude. No doubt about that shit. Shit. Girls think y'all the only ones this shit happens to. This shit happens to guys too. We're just too embarrassed to tell you. I got a friend saying kind of something weird like that happened to him. He's 13, you know, he's a 13-year-old kid. He's this older cat in the neighborhood that everybody knows, you know. This is like probably the 60s or 70s, right? So things is different back then, you know. And he's... What the fuck was that? Oh, I thought I heard a siren. It must be the tires. So he's in the... He tells the guy's the scuba diver, right? And the guy, my friend, is like, you know, I always want to learn how to scuba dive, you know. And so the dude's like, oh, well, I can teach you how to scuba dive. And he's like, cool. You know, what do I got to do? He's like, well, look, come out to my place, right? It's an apartment complex. We got a pool, you know. You get in the pool, I'll show you how to go down, come on. He's like, all right, cool. So he jumps in the car with the guy, rides over to this place, puts on the shit. The dude's showing him how to go up and down, right? And all of a sudden, my friend tells me that his feet started hurting, you know, like tingling and burning real bad. And the guy's like, yeah, that's what happens sometimes, you know, when you're first or second dive. So check it out. Go upstairs, get in the shower, and run hot water over your legs. I'll pack all this stuff up and come up there, and I'll see you in a little bit. And he's like, all right. So he goes up there, and he's got his bathing suit on. He gets in the shower. He's freaking, and he's got, I don't know, he closed the shower curtain, you know. He's got the water running on his legs, and all of a sudden, he feels somebody like touching his hair. It's the guy. The guy has opened the shower curtain and is standing behind him naked, and he's trying to put shampoo in his fucking hair. And my boy's like, what the fuck? I gotta go. And because he's a kid, he don't know what to do, right? So he gets so he gets out of the shower and he goes in the other room, and he realizes, like, dude, I got no way home, you know. So he sits down on the bed, and the guy comes out still naked, and he's like, you ever watch what do you call them, some kind of movies? You ever seen blah blah movies? And he's like, what? And the dude puts it on, and it's two gay guys, you know, it's gay porn, right? And the guy's like sitting there jerking off, and my friend is like, what the fuck? So the dude realizes, I guess, that it's uncomfortable, goes in the shower to finish, and my friend grabs his keys at 13, steals his car, and drives it to like 3 blocks away from his house, and lies to his parents about where he was all afternoon. They be raping people out here. They rape everybody. That dude wasn't lying. But yeah, seriously, like, that, it's not just for y'all, ladies. Stuff happens to us too, and we don't always tell anybody because we're embarrassed or whatever, you know. But I was just as scared as any girl would have been sitting in that car next to that guy. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's my story. I gave you a little bonus story at the end. Like I said, I'm thinking about making this like a 5-part series. I don't know, we'll see where it goes. I mean, maybe nobody will care, but I think it's funny. So I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm at like 82 subscribers. If I hit 100, I will jump this bike over a bus. I promise. So make sure you like and subscribe, y'all. I appreciate your time. I appreciate y'all watching. And for the haters, man, we just gonna push through that stuff, man. I'm too old. Y'all are too old. They ain't, you know, right? You ride too slow. You ride too fast. Blah blah blah. You know, whatever, dude. I'm me, you know, and I just put this shit up because it makes me happy. You know, if you enjoy it too, awesome. It means we're on the same page, and I like you. And hell yeah, you know. So thanks again, everybody. I love you guys. All 82 of you. I have no idea where the fuck I am right now. I don't recognize any of this.